are semi-live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Vancouver by Night, Delve into Darkness. It's with this book right here, the V5 rules. As a warning, this is a mature game, and it explores some dark and troubling themes, and... Okay, I'm just waiting. Nobody's gonna jump on that? Okay, cool. I am not mature, but, you have to be 18 plus to watch, essentially. These dark and troubling themes may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. Thank you to our sponsor, Mikhail Artoria. Not Mordecai. Mordecai is our sponsor. He pays for all of our shit. Mikhail Artoria from Artoria Designs, who creates these beautiful dice boxes. Please visit him on Instagram, and the link will be in the chat. I got it right like only 50% of the time that Mikhail has been over in the chat. So, it's pretty much a spin the wheel thing at this point. Hopefully Mikhail's in the chat so we can just say go over to him. But if not, yep. I have a command. We can get the link in the chat. It's all good. We'll find him later. And Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of tabletop veterans dedicated to producing quality content from multimedia here on Twitch to one-shots, modules, and full-fledged game lines. They are also available for commission work or consultations to help you make your next tabletop project see completion. Investing in the World of Darkness fan community is just one approach Martlet Games is taking towards spreading rainbows and happiness among all the sad boys and sad girls of the World of Darkness. Yeah, that's copy Patrick gave me, so I'm not taking any responsibility for that. I forgot to get a new one this week, so it's fine. I'll use the same one. So returning the favor over on their Patreon, which should be over there, or spreading the word of the flock far and wide ensures your place among the rest of your records of history. And now, I would like to introduce our vampires, and I'm going to switch up the order because I do that all the time. Let's start with Jude.
Hi, my name's Sara. Pronouns for both Jude and I are she, her. I play the brawling Tremere Jude, who has once again been smashed into the ground, torrent of blood in the face, just a regular Tuesday.
That's fair. Mordecai.
Hey, I'm Mordecai. I'm playing Mordecai. I am Mike. It's kind of difficult to keep the tune. Anyway, I'm here, and I'm ready to take the Gothmobile home.
Yeah, you left the Gothmobile in the parking garage. Duran.
Afternoon, my name's Cliff. He, him, and that sort of stuff. I play Duran Giovanni. I was immature before Steve went, and we're live, so I'll be mature for about the next 6 more minutes.
And I'm counting. Okay, so it's about 13:45 into the call now. So you got till about, 20. Should be good.
I think I can handle it.
Abigail.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I will be playing your Abigail. Your Abigail. I will be playing Abigail, your techie Tremere, the owner of the Gothmobile as of right now, because nobody else will claim ownership.
I mean,
really own the Gothmobile.
Yeah, does anybody really own the Gothmobile?
Yeah, I'm just the caretaker.
Ja.
Everybody, I am Prince, aka Dimples and Dice around the internet. I am playing Jalil Ja Kato, Banu Hakim Assassin Extraordinaire, and Limb Remover. Our pronouns are he, him. I like that everybody shook their head like at the same time when I said limb remover.
I mean,
but that's kind of what he does.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what the sword is for.
That's what Ja does, and Ja does it very well. So, might as well.
It's like his only talent.
And last but not least, because And the reason why I went in this order is because I caught her off guard the last 2 times and made her go first. So last but not least is over here in Margaret.
Yes, hi, I am Astrid Kane, diviner underscore Astrid on Twitter, and I am your Zmisi who happens to have a proclivity to projectiles of the body, let us say.
I thought you were going to go completely in a different route and say your proclivity to gross people out, but sure, let's
I mean that's a given. let's be real. This is me.
Because it's gross and awesome, those descriptions you get into. So, when last we saw this intrepid coterie, I'm going to say over here, these people, they had paid a visit to the Gothmobile. The Gothmobile, for everybody playing the home game, is a 1967 hearse that looks pretty damn good, but it has a weird habit of eating people. And it may or may not have been an actual kindred at some point that was accidentally turned into a car by a mage. But that's a story for another time. We are going to do a quick, short segment in the limo of that particular night, and then we're going to skip ahead either another couple nights or an extra night, because there's a piece of equipment in the limo that Abigail would like to take care of with regards to it.
So Abigail's gonna come to her senses because she's at this point like tired of all this mage shit. So I don't think it's safe to keep this here, this piece of mage tech. I'm proposing I take it home because if the mages can track it down, I don't want them coming after Margaret, and I certainly don't want them tracking down where the chantry is. And I can't hide it. So I'd rather keep it upstairs in my haven rather than put any of you in danger. And I'm going to get in touch with Cassius so that he can put some warding on it. Is that okay with everybody, or does anybody else have any way of hiding this from the mages?
Signora, before you make it disappear, can I fondle it for a moment?
You may, of course.
Okay, I'm going to do a binding fetter on it to find out whether it's got a connection to the guy who just bled out.
Also,
if I'd said that, it would have been gross.
Also, phrasing, yeah.
Everybody else, fine.
So it's wits plus oblivion.
Wits plus oblivion. Okay, dokie.
Yes.
Hit it with that.
Okay.
Whilst I check out the PDF of the book that you're talking about.
Okay, and I'm gonna blow a willpower because I'm not going to accept one success. Thank you.
Probably.
I will accept 2 successes. Okay, well it's better than 1.
So the item in question, essentially, it kind of looks like one of the, when you have Lego, and it has like the kind of like the straight back, but then there's a little dip, and then there's the angled part that looks like a computer. Those little pieces, it basically kind of looks like that, only it looks like it's one solid piece. Like there doesn't seem to be any seam for the like the computer screen. Like there's no like kind of different colored plastic that is indented that looks anything like that. It doesn't look like it folds in on itself like a laptop. It looks like one solid piece. And when you cut the cords, they actually kind of absorbed back into the back of it. Like there doesn't seem to be any seam on the back of it as to where those cords went. And it's on kind of 4 wheels. So Duran kind of, lays hands on this particular thing and kind of, readjusts it a little bit. You expand your senses into the oblivion, and you can kind of get a feeling that this particular person is connected to it, but you can't quite like reach out and like kind of make sure that the connection is solid.
Oh, no. That's a completely different thing. So I'm going to go, señorita. See, a moment. Hop out, go around to the back, go, Marcy, could you, the trunk, please?
Mercy opens the trunk.
Excellent. I pull a little Fujifilm Instamax out of my pocket. There's a click, whirr, and a little picture comes out of the dead guy's face. Slide back in, doing that, okay, let the picture dry. And now we can summon his spirit and have a little chat with him. Well, I can have a chat with him. So the killing of the man, well, we can try to summon the, oh, there's a problem with the summoning of the spirit. It is very recent, so maybe he'd be quick. But normally it can take an hour or two, and there's no moving once you begin the summoning. If we move the toys, the spirit gets all lost.
Is it relative? I mean, can we move the car with the toys in the car? If the toys aren't moving in the car?
No, the toys would be moving. With relative to a geographic space on the planet Earth, the toys would be moving.
To the mansion.
We can camp out here, or we can do this someplace else.
Well, we seem to have cleared all the mage and mage-related things, so maybe we just leave it here for now, because otherwise, if we need to come back, I'm just going to have to come back with it again. So might as well take care of it here. Cameras are still off.
Think so.
Yeah, let's get it done now.
I can do this.
Excellent. Let's do that.
Okay, give me a second to hunt up the ritual, because darned if I remember what the role is. Do.
Let's see. Nope, you don't have that power. That's level 5.
There we go.
Which ritual are we looking at?
Summon spirit.
That's the one I thought you were looking at. Okay.
Yep. Now, before I begin the summoning of the spirit, do we have any heavy equipment in the car or the garage? Because there is also a wonderful little ritual called compelling the spirit if he does not want to talk. But it requires that I be able to damage the fetter, and I don't think that punching this big thing of metal is going to make him do much more than laugh.
I got this.
Okay, we can do this. Okay, so put the picture of the guy on top of the thing, a little bit of a bite, and dribble a little blood on it, and then clean it up.
That, I believe, is a rouse check. System. All right. Yeah, but it doesn't say anything about a rouse check.
No, it doesn't say anything about any kind of dice whatsoever. I just get to focus on the picture, and I don't know, Italian Catholic praying, I suppose.
Go through your rosary.
In nome padre.
So it's gonna take a while. You're chanting for a fair bit. Is this taking place where you park the limo, or is this taking place?
Yep,
in,
just in the back of the limo.
All right, so yeah.
Where did we go with the limo? Are we still in the parking garage?
We're still in the parking garage.
Still
All
in
the
the
cameras are
garage.
still off.
I just thought of something. What are we
Okay.
gonna do with the body?
They're in the trunk.
Oh,
Yeah, we took the bodies and tossed them in the trunk.
Why don't we feed one to the car?
Well, only one of them would actually be useful for feeding,
Palatable
and
to
I
the-
think we drank it.
Yeah, only one would
Ah.
actually be palatable to the car.
I thought Duran was gonna take care of that situation as well.
Yes.
Abigail,
At the end of the night.
give me a wits and occult roll. Actually, intelligence and occult for Abigail. This is all happening while Duran is chanting in various not quite so dead languages. Well,
And
not
Jude's
as
still just like lying sulkily on the limo seat and kind of closing her eyes and just listening to Duran.
not as dead as the person you're trying to summon, but pretty dead languages.
I would say that Ja is definitely very interested in rituals because Ja knows a ritual or two himself, and so he's paying attention.
Yeah, so 4 crits, so that's 8 plus 2 makes it 10. But one of those is on my blood die.
So, sorry, you stored 2 different crits?
Mm-hmm. So that's 10 2 different crits and then 2 successes outside of that, so that's 10 altogether. But one of those crit dice, one of those zeros, is on my blood die.
Sorry, so it's 2 sets of crits, one of them on a blood die. Yeah, I ignore that because you already scored a crit by yourself. Like the beast going, haha, I'm gonna help you. It's just really silly to make that like a messy crit. That's just that's kind of ridiculous. Let's be honest. So you thinking about it for a second, and when Mordecai mentions that, you know, we should just feed one of the bodies to it, you realize that it doesn't necessarily need blood. You've seen bodies disappear before with the Gothmobile.
Well, we could probably feed the body to the car. I don't know that it actually needs any blood. It just consumes bodies. But first, let's let Mr. Duran finish what he's doing.
He's going to take an hour. It's going to be a while.
It's going to be a fair chunk of time.
I would like to take one of the arms of the robots. One was sort of dissected a bit, wasn't it?
One of them was kind of beat up a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to sort of drag the arm out and, I don't know, shave off some of the outer flesh like I'm peeling a carrot.
The flesh, like you have a straight razor type?
Knife.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. Like it kind of looks realistic, like flesh, but when you like kind of peel it a little bit, there's like kind of metal underneath, and it's kind of peeling away. Like it kind of does the loop thing of when you're peeling it, and it's, while it looks human skin on the outside, the way it's kind of looking on the inside when you peel it back, it looks like it's kind of a silicone base.
Yeah. Never mind then. All right, throw it back in the car.
Just flop the arm back in. Close the trunk.
Let's haul out the armless. Ooh, we'll feed him an arm. Just pull out the actual non-robot.
Okay.
Drag it over to the hearse.
Sure.
Abby, how do we do this? You just like pop the hood and like stuff it in something? I don't know.
Well, the trunk might work, but every time I've seen it eat things, it's usually because it runs them over. So, I mean, you can try the trunk. You can see if it makes Mr. Baron Marcus happy.
Is that going to disrupt the...
That's a good question. Is that going to disrupt anything? Mr. Duran?
Ooh.
Okay.
Says no.
All right. So take the arm, one of the arms with the knuckle, and wrap it on the side of the car. Hey, Marcus, you hungry?
There's no response.
You want to pop the trunk? How do we do this? So I just like leave it on the thing, and you can just like roll over it?
He's not talking to me.
No,
Abigail.
I told you, you can try popping the trunk and push the arm in. The only way that I've seen it eat so far is when it rolls over bodies. So it's worth a shot, though. I mean...
Pop the trunk?
It's not necessarily a trunk per se. It's more where you would put the coffin, so it's got the big swinging door that opens.
Does that open?
Should.
Do you want to open it? Are you
Sure.
trying it? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, it opens. It's not locked. It's never
With
locked.
the body inside?
With the arms or without the arms? Why am I asking these questions? I don't know. I'm a storyteller. Why should I have to ask this?
Because it's me. Yes, with the arms.
Okay.
Let's be thorough.
And then you close the door.
Close the door. At the top of the car. There you go, buddy. Enjoy.
And then make your way back to the limo?
Yep.
All right.
Spit it out at me.
Just hacks out like a ring or something. Like, no. This takes a little bit of time. And Duran actually, you hear kind of not necessarily something regular that you would find when you're doing this, because you're chanting, you're doing the summoning of, the various spirits that you've done in the past, and you hear someone behind you. Oh man, I really, really wish they wouldn't have done that.
Senor, I really wish they wouldn't have done that either. It is a pleasure to meet you, sort of, after a fashion in passing. Might I have your picture and I have your flesh, but might I know the name so that we can communicate the more easily? What are you called?
Storyteller note, that's kind of why I was delaying, because I was hitting up a random name generator. My name is Wesley Vasco.
Senor Vasco. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances, but it is still a pleasure.
You hacked my arms off.
Well, technically I did not. That would be my friend, Senor Cato.
Storyteller, are we hearing?
Yeah,
what
anybody,
do we hear right now?
anyone who has been observing Duran basically would. There's kind of a wisp, like kind of gray image that appears behind Duran, and he is. You can hear like kind of in a whispered tone that it's not quite penetrating the dark umbra, but yeah, you can make out the conversation. Yeah, no, yeah, I know he, but you as a collective.
Oh, trust me, Senor, if you are around us for more than a minute, you would find it very difficult to use the word collective. We're trying, though, and for that, we should get points.
Do you want me to be your conscience or something? Like, why did you call me back? Come on. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what I can do here. This is...
We just have a question or two.
This is a
what
weird
was it
sensation.
you were doing with... it will get much weirder. I can give you advice that will help you over there, but quid pro quo. What were you doing with the car, with the Baron Marcus hearse?
That's a vampire. You realize that, right?
See. Yes. It was. It's now. It is a vampire shaped like a car.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to figure out.
So you did not do this.
No.
Do you know who might have done this?
No.
So the thing you were sticking in it was to try to find out how this was done.
Yeah, there's certain resonances that you can kind of draw from certain magics. We were trying to figure out who was responsible.
I see. So then you could find out how to turn vampires into cars and we would all be vehicles.
Sure.
Bastardo. Right. So
I like that. Glad you're dead.
What who do you work with? I mean, you're obviously not all on your own. You had the two big hulking Terminator T-1000 bodyguards. You must work for a company.
I'm guessing you don't watch many movies.
Oh, see, I watch a lot of movies.
They would be more T-800s than T-1000s, let's be honest.
The ghost really just actually do.
Okay. I will take that. Yes.
My eye roll was Shah's eye roll at the same time.
Yeah, we work for interested parties.
And do these interested parties in this situation have a name?
They probably do, yeah.
And you would know this name?
Probably.
Could you share this name?
No.
See, if you don't share this name, one, I'm not going to tell you how to last more than about 10 minutes once I let you go. And two, we're going to break this thing. And trust me when I tell you this, breaking this thing is going to cause you all the kind of pain that even removal of the arms pales beside.
To be honest, I didn't really even feel the arm thing because I think I was in shock at the time.
Oh, then we're talking.
That means I did it right.
We're talking new sensations.
Yeah, I suppose.
Bien.
I don't even know why I'm here. That thing is just weird. I don't even necessarily know how it works. I was just told how it works, and then I came over here and did the thing. And it's, yeah. Apparently I'm connected to that now or something. I don't know.
See.
Sounds like he doesn't know jack shit.
So who gave you your marching orders?
My boss.
And your boss's name is, or who he works for? Once we have that, you can stroll off, and I will tell you how to survive.
I'm not allowed to tell you.
Can we mesmerize while he's in that form?
You can try.
I mean, if I go sense the unseen first, theoretically.
I mean,
right.
Hypothetically speaking.
So sense the unseen is resolve in aspects.
Which I believe is against their something.
Something.
No, it isn't. All right, it's just straight up.
Sense the unseen is 4 successes.
I'm gonna have to house rule that.
Okay. Sense the unseen is 4 successes. And then mesmerize is manipulation and dominate. If it's contested, which I'm assuming this spirit is contesting me. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
He doesn't want to tell you. Versus intelligence and resolve.
So it's the end of the night, so I'm going to burn a willpower.
But it's not the end of the session.
I thought the end of the night.
I'm just messing with you. I'm not that much of an ass.
I'm like, Steve, you gonna really do us like that? You really gonna do us like that?
4 successes.
Well, that beats my 1.
Okay, cool.
What are you saying to the Wraith? As your senses kind of expand, you kind of see more clearly through the veil, and you can kind of, where he was kind of like a wispy, like kind of shadow ghost image before, he kind of comes like harshly into view for you.
Tell me the name of your boss and tell me who you work for.
Rylan Allen, and I work for the Technocracy. More specifically, I work for the Hit Intelligence Division. It's kind of like, they're kind of a mix between the two divisions. There's also the ones that deal with the fleshy bits. We're kind of the ones that deal with the techni bits. We can create these kind of hit mark 5 things, like the things that are in the trunk, and then we can, send them out to beat the crap out of things. And You crushed him with successes. I'm just babbling
Okay,
at
so
this
if I
point.
crushed him with successes, can I get away with one more question before he before it wears
Catty.
off?
If you want.
Okay. Is there any tracking on this machine?
No, not as far as I know. They just gave me the machine, and then I came out here with the machine, and they told me how to use it. They told me what buttons to hit, and then I plugged it into the thing, and then it was like the vampire car thing, and then we, figured things out. We came over here, and it was given these bodyguards.
So you're not very smart, are you?
He is what we call back home a grunt, a frontliner, cannon fodder.
Harsh.
Flunky.
He's acting like a good boy now.
Oh, he is. He is. Mr. Giovanni, I'm done. Please continue.
Bien, we have no further questions. So, Spirit, I will release you in a moment. Now, I told you I would trade you a secret to surviving in the Shadowlands. Run. Run fast. Run very, very far. Bye-bye now.
Run from what?
Everything.
Oh, all right. Abigail, since you have Sense the Unseen still up, you heard him say run from, and then like a hand reaches out and grabs from behind his neck and pulls him away.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
What?
Give me wits and awareness with your Sense the Unseen up.
Okay.
Storytelling note, this is where I fuck with them.
So I'm not breaking the thing? What's he saying?
1 second.
2 successes. That's it.
2 successes?
Yeah.
You kind of swear you could see it for like a split second, but there was like a glowing kind of red disc on the other side of that arm that grabbed him.
Oh, that's unusual. So, something grabbed our little wraith friend here and grabbed him into the next universe, wherever he's going.
No. He is already there. Just there are
yes,
bigger, nastier things. And see, yes.
Yes, something grabbed him. Had some sort of a red disc at the end of the arm. That's something new. I have not seen that.
Un momento. About the same shape and size as the glowing thing you saw in the hotel when we were there?
Storyteller?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay big? Okay, Mercy, let's be somewhere else, please.
About the size of an ashtray?
Really don't want to have that thing close to us.
No invocationing. No.
Really don't.
No. 9 yet.
Right.
No.
And I
Can I turn Sense the Unseen off now, please?
turn it off.
Wait.
Where's the button? There's a button
You're
around here
saying
somewhere.
Persons unmentionable, whom we may or may not have made a deal with on the other side, just reached out and grabbed your little flunky.
Mercy leans back and is like, "Boss, are we gonna go or?"
Let's get out of here.
Okay, driving.
Go fast.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that this dude's like literally on the other side of the void watching us.
Where are we going?
Before he does that, I'm going to say,
I told you this would
still feel-
happen. I told you all this would happen. He would stay close. And yes, we won't get away from a deal like that and just walk along on our merry way.
To be honest, we did not break the deal. The lady in red broke the deal.
The lady in red forced us to break the deal.
See.
We could have, I don't know. We probably didn't have a whole lot of
It
choice.
literally doesn't matter what the reasoning was. It's already done. So we have to just live in the moment. Eat, pray, love. Okay.
You know what?
Did you just give me like a kitchen sign that a Karen might have as an inspirational speech?
Yeah, I mean, my mom used to put them up. Live, laugh, love. It's
I-
wine o'clock.
I prefer loving the evening of prey, so I'm good with that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, remember that for marketing, and you got to make some signs later for Kindred Digs, okay? Yeah.
What? No.
I don't know.
Capitalize.
Drive.
I am good with the Tremere taking care of this machine and poking it and prodding it and finding out what it does. I do not think there will be a connection any longer. Drop me at my haven or nearby if you would be so kind.
Yeah, Mercy's
Abigail's
driving.
going to get out before you leave. She's going to take the machine. If everybody's okay with it, I'm going to take this just in case. I'll let you know what I find. And she's going to take it up to her haven. Yeah, I'm pretty much home.
Just drop it in a lava pit. That's what they did in the movie.
Mordor.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I could try and do that.
Do what you want. It might rip your arms off and beat you with them like a Wookiee.
That is fair. That is very fair. I will be careful. Thank you for the warning, Mr. Dahl.
Mhm. Absolutely.
I too would like to go home.
So Abigail gets out.
Yeah, Abigail gets out, gets in the elevator, and makes her way upstairs.
Alrighty. So everybody else is getting dropped off at your respective havens, I'm guessing.
Yep.
All right. So we will fast forward it to the next night, unless anybody else wants to do anything.
I don't know like what time it is, and in terms of like how much time I have once I get back to my haven.
It was about
It's a relatively
midnight.
early night, if I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. It was about midnight when you guys left, and this whole kind of entire episode is probably taken about maybe an hour, two, maybe, like on the outside.
Okay, so in that case, when Jude gets back to her apartment, I would like to take the hematite that I procured from Margaret and do my ritual of principal focus of vitae infusion. So porting that into 5th edition, I believe that's going to require a rouse check because it's going to take a hunger's worth of my blood.
It will, yes.
Okay. I succeeded.
Quick conversion for everybody playing the home game. If something takes a blood point or whatever in the old system, you just do a rouse check. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So in terms of the way that Jude does it, she's just gonna hold one of the hematite rocks in her hands, and basically just this time probably maybe make a cut on her forearm since she's sort of been abusing her hands recently with this. So just make a cut on the forearm and let the hematite soak up the blood, and she's just gonna whisper snake, and now it is this piece of hematite can be released at a mental command into 1 hunger's worth of blood at any time that I so choose.
All right. So, with the ritual completed, you can definitely tell that the blood has been infused into the piece of hematite, and we are going to fast forward to the next evening. So, we'll open the scene with a rouse check from everybody.
During the intervening time, Ars Moriendi, the hit marks in the back of the limo would just quietly disappear, though I'm sure I'm going to get a note from the cleanup squad about, okay, what kind of bodies are these?
You will eventually.
The lie pit doesn't do anything. We had to put them in a condo.
Yeah, you know that new development we had. That's part of the foundation now.
I failed.
E2.
E3.
4 failures.
Oh no!
I too failed.
Oh wow!
Well, Margaret wrote it out.
Wait, what? Astrid, did you get it? Okay.
Margaret succeeds. Cliff,
Oh,
you can't really pull it back to a tie, but you know you can even things out a little better. Did Cliff succeed or Duran succeed?
No, failed.
No. Everybody, everybody
5
but
fails.
wow, everybody but Margaret. Okay, Margaret. Let's say Margaret has a bit of a herd. She's helping herself a little bit. So Abigail, Abigail, what did you do with those cyborgs? We could probably have used something like that in the war. We were attacked by Daleks, you know.
I wonder if he'll shut up if I just stop listening to him.
I will not.
Should I start referring to you in the third person?
Probably.
All right, now go away. I'll get something to eat.
Good. Cha, you hear a couple different voices. Hey, like, you should probably eat something. Hey, we want somebody to join us. That'd be great.
Don't have time right now.
Eat someone.
Eventually, but not now. And definitely none of my coterie, at least for now.
And then you hear kind of a collective like, "Ah."
They're not for you.
Are you sure?
Or me. Not right now. No. We need them.
You said not right now, no. So technically you're like, when I was like, hey, are you sure? And you were like, not
well,
right
if
now,
one of
no.
them turns out to do something awful, then they must be taken care of. But until then, no.
Can we try to get them to do something awful?
No. Why? No. No.
Okay.
Yes.
Just
No.
checking.
No.
Just checking. I'm just checking. Jude, you hear, you should really eat something. That'd be great.
Yeah, I know, babe. Can you see into the future?
I'm really hungry. No, but I'm really hungry, and you should eat.
I'm just.
Come on.
I'm bored of it. I don't want to.
You
It's so
have to
boring.
eat.
For you later, I will. Okay.
Okay.
You know I've never broken a promise to you.
It's true.
Okay.
Mordecai. You should eat something.
Yeah.
Stretch it out.
Obviously.
Come on. It'll be fine. Stretch it out. Let's eat someone. Come on. Get up. Move your ass.
The night is young.
Don't
you
give
think
me
I'm not
that
going to eat someone?
quasi Toreador laying on your ass horse shit.
You know I'm better than most of them anyways.
True.
Or rather, I should say we. Yeah. No, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to sup.
Gonna eat? Alright. Mordecai is tapping into his herd a little bit.
Yo.
Duran. Wow, that was good job on the Wraith last night. However, you should eat something, and you can't eat from Wraiths. So, you gotta increase
and I can't eat from Wraiths yet. I will be getting to that point eventually once you have taught me how to eat from Wraiths. Uno,
I was
the last
getting
several
to that.
days have been so exciting, my heart has almost beat.
Don't be insolent.
Duo, I am not being insolent. I am merely pointing out the facts as you have taught me.
You are interrupting. That is insolence.
See.
Now go and eat something.
I will attend to the entertainment tonight and make sure that I have a snack. See.
And I feel really bad leaving Margaret out of all this. So let's go to Margaret first. With regards to what Margaret is doing to prepare Xenoschism for the, what did Duran keep calling it, the after hours book club and
The Sundown
Sundown.
Appreciation League
Yeah.
and book club.
Yeah, so Margaret, she presently still be in the Maggie Smith Taylor Moms and Face, and she wouldn't have the post-closing book club if she would have invited someone over, like, I have merchandise for you to look at, and, sort of a pre-purchase thing, got a little feed, and then once they were gone in her little hidey hole, she would go back to a face that the Coterie has seen before. We're going to go back to the OG of the I can think of Ariana Grande and Misery, Kathy Bates. So once she actually comes up, she'll look like that. The candles in the meeting room by this point will probably be completely burned down. So switching from green, we'll go to a deep red, the type of red that you see in red roses that aren't actually red. They're just, black. They're just a really, really deep red. Amber's doing the standard cash register, making sure all that's counted, closed up. Dog's probably running around the shop, just expending the last little bit of its energy, waiting for Amber to take her out.
Yeah, there's that straggler once again. That is, yeah, it's just super exciting. It's the exact same guy. Like, this is like his third home, second home type thing. Of just like, this is where he goes to hang out, to talk to people about occult stuff, because occult stuff is cool.
So she know his name by now. What's his name?
His name would be Frank.
She's gonna go walk right up to him, tap him on the shoulder.
Oh yeah, you're I can't remember your name, but you own the shop, right? This thing is cool. This is awesome. This place is great. I love the occult stuff. Like, I really love like casting rituals and stuff. Like, I went out into Stanley Park and we heard a bunch of howling. It was really weird, but we cast a ritual and then like stuff happened later on and it was kind of cool.
Right. Thing is, this is a business and you're going to have to respect the parameters in which I run it. So I would like to use, what is it? Mesmerize. Just get him the fuck up out of there.
That's one of those that's one of those uses for that particular power. Like, get the fuck out.
That Ralph's pass.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a dice pool of 4 because yeah, okay. You win.
Excellent. But yeah,
it's immortal and I gave him a little bit of boost, but yeah, he's like, what is the command that you're using?
Leave my shop this very instant and not turn until operating hours resume.
And he leaves. He doesn't say a word. He just like about base and leaves. And Amber is like, oh, thank God. He's been talking my ear off for like an hour.
I mean, if you really want, if he becomes too much of a nuisance, I can just make sure he forgets this place again. If he stumbles across it, just keep spending in that little bit of loot.
Yeah, but he spends a lot of money.
In the long run. Yes, but darling, you're important to me. I mean, look at how many others
a little
around here.
A little bit of. If you could do that every once in a while, that'd be great. That gets him out of here a lot faster. But yeah, he brings in a fair chunk of money to the store.
Let me know if you want a little bit of a break from the sugar.
All right. Yeah. Okay, cool. And she goes back to counting the rest of the till and making sure that everything is set up for the night. Abigail, you receive a text message.
Who from?
Guess.
Cassius, please?
Good guess.
Yay! Okay.
It reads, sorry, experimenting. How did it go? Question mark.
Abigail sends back, we should talk. Please come to Xenoschism.
You get
And
like
that's
the thumbs up emoji.
Abigail sends the squinting eyes, kind of angry look at him emoji, and takes off. And
It's probably a GIF. Like,
yes. And then she takes off for Xenoschism. She's leaving the piece of technology at home. She's moved the Gothmobile to another parking lot. She's arranged for a second parking space.
okay. Is everyone else making their way to the Sundown Appreciation Society and Book Club? Brought to you by Xenoschism. Your one-stop stop for all your adult needs.
Ding. Yes. Jude is going to just walk as usual. I am going to take that piece of hematite that I created. I have my crossbody bag, and let's say I took 2 little spiders, and these ones will be Henry and Jasmine.
Mild correction on that. Those ones were Henry and Jasmine. I double checked the ritual, and you have to crush them up with the blood or the mixture in order to do it. So yeah, sorry, Henry and Jasmine.
Okay.
You were good spiders.
R.I.P. I explained their fate when they got here, so I mean,
F
I
in
don't
the
know
chat
what to
for
say.
Henry and Jasmine. All right.
Yeah, I have to pay respects. Okay. And Jude is sort of more contemplative than usual on the walk. It's becoming a familiar thing now, which is strange because nothing has really been familiar since she came to the city. So there's a certain comfort in that for her, I think, to just walk from this apartment into Xenoschism. So I think there's a bit of like calm that maybe precedes her, and sort of having accepted her lot in terms of flying in the face of danger and getting swatted with a fly swatter pretty much every time. So yes, I got all my stuff. I got all my weapons and things. So yeah, that's
All
it
right.
for me.
Duran and Ja making your way over to Xenoschism.
Ja would be late. Ja has decided to take a job because Ja has no money since he's moved to Vancouver. It was a sort of a random, unplanned thing. So Ja has established himself a mask, and he is doing bounty hunting work. Basically, he is a bail bondsman, and he tracks down people who skip bail. And that's what he's doing.
Bloodlines
Gotta have it.
vibes.
Gotta have a
Arthur
day job. I
Kilpatrick.
respect the hustle.
It's what he's doing. So he's a little late getting to the spot.
There
Because
was
he doesn't know the city all that well, but
Yeah.
that's what he's doing.
there was a lead that you had to track down just before. Yeah, you gotta do the work.
He's really good at his job, though. He's really good. He just doesn't know the city yet.
Yeah. So Ja will be showing up just a little bit on the late side. Duran.
10-15 minutes, not that long.
The standard, wake up and check the receipts from the tailor shops, both of them, make sure there are no messages, everything's looking good. I'll have given Resica the day off, the night off, however, being, my sire's retainer, she's probably still lurking around staring at things. A casual Hugo Boss single-breasted, something light and informal today. Nothing fancy. So, and then, prep around 11 o'clock-ish or so to meander over to Xenoschism.
The books.
Yet another path. Always walking a different way to learn more of the city and see more of what's going on and figure out if anyone's following his.
The two things that I'm going to mention here are that the books are looking absolutely great. They're bringing
Fantastic.
It's definitely in the black. There isn't much red ink being used at the moment. And it's really hard to walk several different ways in Gastown because of the layout of Vancouver. But yeah, you find, if you go a little bit further out, you can peruse a couple of the shops out there. Some fabric shops are in that area. See what you can come up with regards to those.
Excellent.
Mordecai.
Justice for Henry. Hashtag. True to form, go downstairs, revel in my company.
Heard.
And I've heard. And check in the basement, make sure, sort of get a
training is going well in the basement.
Are there any prospects?
There's a few. The
short of the one that got the heck beat out of him by Jude.
That is one of those two is actually one of the prospects. When they're not getting the crap kicked out of them by supernatural means, they're actually fairly good fighters.
Make some mental notes.
Yeah, I'm assuming you have like the grizzled tracksuit wearing trainer that's down there with the towel around their neck and the clipboard keeping track of everybody.
For the sequel. Yeah. Okay.
You're a bum, Rocky. A bum.
Yeah. No.
R.I.P. Meredith. Meredith or Mergis Meredith, I believe his name is.
Him. My personal old judo trainer was this huge Italian fella. And another guy who's probably a black belt in probably gone.
Probably. Yeah, so they're they're keeping track of the various there's the odd fight here and there per night, just to kind of keep the rankings going with everybody and make sure that
keep the money flowing.
Yeah.
Gotta make my money somehow, honestly. Just make sure that everything's on the up and up there, and then I guess I will head to the schism.
The schism. All right. So pretty much everybody is arriving mostly at the same time, except for Ja. Ja's going to be just a couple minutes behind everybody. But everybody decided to go at 11 o'clock tonight instead of 10, so Ja would probably even show up early.
Storyteller, I was wondering, I had also sent a text message to Cassius. Did he reply to me at all?
He did. Remind me what your text message was again.
I believe it was it was very short. It was just to the effect of need to talk to you ASAP. Please text me back as soon as possible. I think that's all I said.
Yeah, he would have sent you back, going to Xenoschism, meet there.
Okay, and I'll just text back K.
Storyteller, would my packages have arrived from Kevin, meaning the burner phones and the laptop? Not yet. Okay. All right.
That'll probably, via the tracking numbers that he provided through various means of bike couriers, etc., they would be showing up probably tomorrow.
Okay.
So, everyone arrives at Xenoschism. And I think this is probably a good time to take a quick break, because we're about an hour and 10 in. So yeah, we could probably take a bit of a break right here and then come back and have a meeting. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you then, everybody. we are semi-live once again. We are back, and we are about to have a meeting at Xeno's Schism. So everybody is basically kind of arriving roughly around the same time. What is everybody doing once getting there?
Sense the unseen. Outside.
Make a roll. Is anyone else activating Sense the Unseen?
Sure, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll give you wits and aspects for mine. Oh, I got one.
One, and one. It's basically kind of the same sort of thing. Like, you just notice that there are no wraiths within that particular already established circle of the that the barrier that you saw in the Wraithlands was kind of outside of. The wraiths kind of like move in a semicircle around it, but they don't seem to be acknowledging the fact that it's there. They just avoid it entirely.
Are there any Nos that we can see?
No.
Jude would like to find Mordecai in the shop.
What is Mordecai doing when Mordecai first gets in the shop?
Ding, 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 ding. You think you're gonna stop doing that? Come on.
Did somebody actually have a bell for that? Because that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was definitely a real
Cliff
bell.
does. He's always had the
That's a
little
real
bell.
bell.
Yeah.
Anytime
Messing
the
around with
door
the-
on the
You know,
Love it.
turning the skulls a little bit to make them look at each other. Complete 12-year-old immature boy, brother stuff.
Some of them
Sure.
are heavier than the others.
Well
We'll have to
then,
talk with
as Mordecai is fucking around, I'll just come up to him and
Carry on.
Mordecai,
Uh-huh.
remember I said I would have something for you, right?
Slight director thing, Mike. If you want it in the shot, it has to be up a little higher. There we go.
Yeah.
Can you put the skull down?
Fine.
I'm just trying to
Or-
have a sincere moment with you, if you wouldn't mind. So yeah, I appreciate the stuff from your basement and getting me into that. That was something I hadn't been able to engage in some time, and I think it was kind of good for me. So, I wanted to pay you back. And I'll fish out the hematite from my bag and I'll hand it out. Now, this is like emergency blood supply, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can use it. It's my blood. And so, the blood money stuff can or can not happen. So I understand it's like kind of a risk to give this to you, but I learned some old tricks that could probably make it so that, you don't get tied to me or whatever. So I have this for you if you want it.
Thank you. I very
So
much
now if you're
appreciate it, yes.
if you're in a bad spot and you're really hungry, you just whisper snake and it turns into blood.
Why would you use the word snake?
Just came to me, I guess.
Oh. It was the decor in the basement, wasn't it? This is art of
Yeah.
Egyptian.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to talk to my decorator about that. It was a poor decision. Anyway, thank you very much. I very much appreciate your sacrifice.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do, really. And storyteller. I can, through my multi-level lore keeping lore sheet, I can sort of reverse engineer Mordecai to use the Rebel Trail lore sheet, which will allow him to, when consuming my blood, make a willpower roll, and if he gets even one success, he won't have any blood bond to me.
All right. He kind of wouldn't anyway, because Tremere can't really do that.
Oh, well then why is that? That's confusing then in the rules for that thing.
Well, the blood bond thing is for you can
Kindred.
Yeah, you can bond humans still,
Yeah.
but it takes twice as long. But Tremere can't actually blood bond other kindred anymore.
I did forget that. I
Yeah.
guess it just based on the way that the Rebel Trail lore sheet. So whatever, then no reverse engineering required in the mechanics.
You can
Thanks.
hold on to that one for the next little while.
Yeah, I'll remember that. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to do there.
All right. Is everyone else kind of congealing in the back? Congeal in the back area?
I would have been a few extra minutes because I got to reload the clips and take care of my poor little pistol. Everything it's done for me, and then so. But yeah,
blame Abigail.
I have learned with this coterie, I do not step out of the haven now without everything being properly strapped up.
They do have a tendency of getting into trouble, don't they? Through no fault of my own, because I'm just a storyteller.
Yeah, you're just the storyteller.
I just work here.
So yeah, I'll get to Xenoschism. The Sundown Appreciation League and Book Club. Senores, buona giorno. I hope everyone is doing quite well this morning.
Yes, and how about you, Mr. Duran?
Bien, I am doing very, very good. I am wondering who we are going to make angry today. We have annoyed the mages, who I know nothing about, the wraiths, who I know lots about, and the guru, who I am sure I'm going to learn lots about. Who is left? The little fairies in the meadows, the angels and the demons from who knows? But
wait, those exist?
We've been together less. I don't know. I mean, you could have told me differently about something else, I'm sure.
Duran, I have a question.
We've been together less than a week, and I think we are annoying all of the supernatural beings of Vancouver, and we should get gold stars for this.
We haven't annoyed any other kindred yet, though, so we might want to do that.
I mean, your boss doesn't want to
this.
even touch with us for the past week.
Oh, he's on his way. He was experimenting, is what he said, so he's on his way.
And I left the key back at the Haven because nobody told me I should be bringing it, and I'm not carrying it around.
It's okay, Mr. Duran. I've ordered a phone for you that is untrackable so that next time I can get in contact with you.
I have a home phone.
Yes, but that's trackable. I prefer not being tracked.
Bien. And I am sorry, Senora Duncan, you while we are nattering so loudly.
That's okay. I just figured we had a bit of time before Cassius gets here, so so where do I go when I die?
With kindred, with the humans, you end up in the Shadowlands. With the supernatural creatures like the kid and the werewolves and the, sometimes it can happen. Other times you just.
I just walks in like hell. That's where all the Tremere go.
I thought that was where we are hanging. Oh no, Vancouver is where.
Is hell real?
Victoria is hell.
It exists in Michigan.
Yeah, it does. Okay, I just, I'm wondering about that guy that you conjured up. Like, you can, so even when you are a human, you die and you go to the Shadowlands, but then something can still fuck you up there.
We were there, remember, Senor? And there are many things
Yeah.
that can fuck up each other.
Well,
It-
is
it
there?
there is a saying my family has the first time you visit the underworld, the Wraithlands, the Shadows, and that is, wow, this is such bullshit.
So there's no then after life nice soul society thing after that. There's not.
Yeah, there is rumor, you see, but
Why does this
Same.
matter to you? I'm actually
she
curious
worries
about
about
that part.
she worries about the state of her eternal soul, which I admire in a kindred.
Abigail
Do
starts
as
humming
Yeah.
much
Alphaville.
good as you can before you die, and protect those who can be protected.
I generally agree with that. So we're really on the same page. I'm just listen. I thought I did some crazy shit back in Milwaukee, but then we're talking to ghosts and we're in the Shadowlands. Like, this is not something I was ever prepared for. I don't think most of us were. So I'm just trying to get the full
back there
picture
either.
since we have somebody who is knowledgeable. You know, that's it. I don't really give that much of a shit. Like I said, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I plan to be around for a while personally, but you know, you do you, boo. Isn't that what the kids say?
Yeah, something like that.
So, what's on the agenda tonight? Did the boss call us back?
The boss called. He sent me a message and said that he would meet us at Xenoschism. So I assume that he's going to be here soon. At least I hope so. But I mean, I enjoy all of your company, so I don't mind being here.
See, I am
Josh side eyes on that one, like,
I'm just wondering what adventure we will go off on next. I mean, we seem to have them almost daily, like a young adult's fiction book.
Well, you wouldn't want life to be boring, would you?
Oh, Senora, do not tempt me.
you know, boring would be a welcome change of pace these days, honestly, but I don't think that's in my future.
Miss Margaret, what kind of adventures would you like to have?
Honestly, I do miss my destination, but I serve a purpose here, and I don't mind serving it.
So, is there any other things that you want to be doing other than running the Xenoschism?
I would like to extend my studies for sure, but that would mean that I wouldn't be able to be in the public if I were to be exploring my other means of interest. Might be for the best.
Well, I mean, perhaps these little adventures are also a way of getting your education. How do they say it? Being thrown in the deep end, I think, is called.
Yes.
Right?
With the
That
shaft.
is excellent terminology for what has happened to us.
Yes.
Oh, but the only thing I really care about tonight is getting some answers from Cassius.
Oh, I think all of us.
Yes, I do concur.
And it's at that point, Cassius comes in. Cliff, the bell.
God, I'm gonna cut that thing off.
So, everyone, Miss Strickland, thank you for allowing your occult shop abode to be used for these particular meetings?
My shop, so yes, it is a pleasure and a privilege. Let's say.
So, have you found the key?
See, we have the invisible skull.
Did you know what would happen when we touched it?
I wasn't expecting you to touch it. I was expecting you to retrieve it.
What?
How are we to pick it up without touching it? And then particularly if we were not told, do not touch it with the bare hand.
Well, I'm assuming you have it, yes?
See,
Here?
it is not here because I was not told it needed to be here tonight. Instead, I brought it here last night when it did not need to be here because you were not here. So getting the two of you together, it is like the ships passing in the night, but I am sure that we can do a little dry dock and make it happen.
Excellent.
Cassius, I
Storyteller.
have a bill for you. And that includes, I believe there's a suit for Mr. Duran. I believe there's also a new pistol for Mr. Duran. And a few other things are on this list because honestly, this mission was very, very expensive, both in actual material objects and sanity, shall I say, if that's even a thing for us.
Regale me with this particular story, then, if your sanity was compromised.
Oh, I'll let them talk about it.
Did you want the invisible skull key tonight? Because if you do,
Preferably.
I will stroll back to my haven in 10 minutes each way while these fine and wonderful companions of mine regale you with their tales of bravery and daring do, and I will go and obtain the key for you.
It's not entirely necessary for this particular evening. There's a few more items that I'm gonna need you to pick up.
Of course there are.
Mr. Cassius, Mr. Duran does not want to keep this at his shop, though. We must be respectful.
If it stays in my possession, my family may come of interest because of where it opens to, and you would probably understand that. So it is probably best that I go get it and give it to you, so that when my sire asks where it is, as he shall, I can tell him honestly it was returned to its owner, as we had sworn.
Probably a good idea.
See, 20 minutes, I'll be right back. Away we go.
Storyteller, what does Cassius look like?
Cassius has like kind of slick back black hair, and occasionally you see him in robes. Occasionally he's in a suit. Right now he's in a suit.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, when you're doing like experiments and stuff, are you putting your phone on do not disturb or something like that?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel as though if you even had the slightest inclination that we would be like transported into another dimension, that you maybe should have your phone available to be messaged and show you the notification. Like, I don't know, maybe put on like party rock anthem for your text message sound so you really know when you get it. Cause like I honestly can't believe we all made it back relatively safely. Like,
I believe I made it back, but that was awful nonetheless.
That's what I'm saying as well.
Here's a return question. If you got sucked into another dimension, chances are that's a one-way trip. So why would I put my cell phone on do not disturb?
I'm gonna cut him. I think this is the answer. I'm just gonna cut him.
No.
Wait a minute. So you just wanted to, are you saying you wanted to just like get rid of us? Is that what you were saying?
No. But if you were absorbed into another dimension, why would I have my phone on anything but do not disturb?
Okay.
Usually that's a one-way trip.
Let's let's just go back then. You wanted the tale. Okay, so we'll tell you the tale. We because of the key went into the Shadowlands or the Wraithlands, the multitude of names. And thank God Duran was with us, because I think we would have been well and truly fucked without him. So he's the MVP here. I just would like you to know. So it was not, so we went there, and then there were several different malevolent beings that are now on our ass, following us wherever we go, basically, and probably trying to kill us. So, like, I don't understand how that related to getting the key. Like, why was that a necessary component of getting this object? Like, that all seemed very unnecessary. And now the danger on our heads is augmented drastically because of this. And I feel like that is not really in your interest either.
Yeah, you're right. It's not.
So what the fuck?
Had I known that would have been an issue, I would have brought it up.
Oh, so you just didn't do your reading or your research then?
Oh, I knew that it was a key, and if you take the key down to where the chantry is, it actually opens up into that particular area. I didn't know what would happen if you touched it outside of that area.
Can someone else talk now? Can someone else talk now?
So, long story short, the key transported us to the same place that we found it in, except in another dimension. We had no way of actually we took a wild guess that maybe we should walk back to the chantry. That was lucky. We didn't know that was what we needed to do in order to actually get back to where we wanted to our reality. And in the meantime, we met some lovely wraiths, one of whom I'm pretty sure is now out to get us. What was the name again? Margaret Jaw, anybody? Samuel something?
Samuel Haight.
Oh, that's it. Yes. Samuel Haight apparently is now out to get us from the Wraithlands. So this whole thing that you did here, if you had at least told us how the key functioned, that it would be a passage to another dimension, it would have been a little bit more palatable, and we would have known what we were doing.
And probably less expensive for you, ultimately.
What, in my dealings with you, Abigail, makes you think that I wouldn't have told you had I known?
Why didn't you know, is my question. Why is this something that you didn't know? Why are you after it if you don't know what it's going to do to you?
That is a key to the Tremere Chantry.
I think you're missing the...
We know that.
Those Tremere all died in the Week of Flames. I was sent here after that.
So... Okay, so you just simply had no idea what this was going to do?
No idea.
At all. That's lovely. So at least now you do. This thing takes you into the Wraithlands, and
is there a way I could check to see if he's lying? I don't have any special powers, but that this don't sit right with me.
Somebody smells some bullshit.
It smells like bullshit.
Let's do like a wits and insight, or or awareness, one of the two.
Yeah, insight's what that's all about.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same all for me.
And I may or may not be making a rollover on my side too, accidentally.
You know what? I'm a rouse the blood from our wits, because YOLO. And I fail and get hungrier.
Hey, we need
Cog
to eat.
Flabbit.
Give us more food.
Eat this fool if I find out he's lying to me. Three successes.
He seems legit.
Okay.
Damn it. Everyone here is dumb. Not you all, but just you go into missions with no fucking intel. Even the bounty hunter, the bondsman group I work for gives me fucking intel.
Storyteller, can I get some of that action too?
If you want.
Yes. I do.
Do you have any
And I too will rouse.
sense deception or anything like that, Cobra Commander?
You just call me Cobra Commander?
Maybe.
Cobra Commander.
Gotta get Mordecai one of those like face shields that covers his entire
Nice.
face.
And I get 2 dice for a rouse?
Yeah, 2 extra dice for the rouse check.
I got 5.
He seems legit.
Okay. Fine. We can't change what happened. I accept that. What are we doing now? And you need to tell us every single detail of what you know in these next steps so we don't get all eliminated or freaking terminated this next time. Because you need us. And by the way, it's not a good look for a Tremere to go in this unprepared with this lack of reading. We already have enough problems with our reputation.
The city
That's
itself has problems.
Yeah, I'm finding that out pretty quickly here.
Again, what do we need to do? Just let's not waste our time here.
There's a tea house in Stanley Park. It has one of the relics that I need you to retrieve.
You want us to go in with more Garu? You know that whole area is Garu. What do you have that can protect us against this? Because this is starting to get very dangerous.
I can give you a couple of wards against Garu. Werewolves, lupines, whatever the fuck we're calling them these days.
Oh, by all means, yes. How do you wish to ward us against them? On our clothing? On, like, how?
You can't ward clothing. You should know better.
Well, okay, so how do you want to ward us against these Garu?
I can give you items.
All right. Do you have these items?
I do.
Then why not retrieve the item yourself?
Because
Let me guess, you pissed off some Garu, didn't you?
I have other concerns to deal with at the moment.
Experiments.
Exactly.
Does all of this smell like bullshit? It can't be just me.
No, it smells like Garu shit to me.
But why us?
Let's just say that I've sent other people to do things in the past for certain bits. And you're the best of what's left.
What you're saying is we're actually at the bottom of the barrel.
There's no one left. Yes, that's what he's saying.
What I'm saying is that after the Elysium explosion, there was kind of an upheaval in
vacuum.
certain places. Exactly, a power vacuum.
God damn it.
We're the best of the dregs.
You think, that's funny though. I mean, I'm used to being the bottom, to being stepped on. This is not new to me, sir. I just want to know, do you have some kind of herd of mortals that have taken the last remaining Quaaludes? Because you're very, very calm. And I'm just wondering, like, how do you do it?
Well, for starters, diplomacy and tact.
You want us to be diplomatic with Dagaru? Is that...
It is possible.
Does that seem...
All right. How do you suggest that we do this? I'm assuming you have a contact in the Garu that is willing to be friendly with us?
I do not. They don't seem to like us very much.
You don't say.
I just did say.
Jude is, I don't know where Jude is standing in relative to Abigail, but I'm just gonna like grip onto her arm. And
Now has a sword out and just like tapping it into the ground, just like.
All right.
What's
Cassius.
the fancy bauble look like?
Yeah, exactly. What do you want us to retrieve?
It's
And what does it do?
It's about yay big. Kind of not a tube. It's sort of a block configuration. Kind of like, I don't know if you played any of this Dungeons and Dragons nonsense, but it kind of resembles a D12 on the outside of it. It's got 6 sides.
so
You're muted, Joe.
Probably better that way. So it's yay big, but it's the size of a D12.
No, it resembles a D12. It's got 6 sides, but it is kind of oblong. It's kind of like a pipe, necessarily.
What material is it made of?
Metal.
All right. Any
it
specific
heavy?
resonance?
Resonance? It's not blood.
Well, no, not resonance. I mean, any specific composition. What kind of metal? Metal is a very... You know the table...
Is it
periodic
iron,
table of elements.
aluminum?
It's metal. That's the only information that I have.
And do we need to take any sort of precaution when handling it, transporting it?
It's a magical item. You should always take precautions when handling it or moving it around.
There.
Motherfucker.
Honestly, you should know that better than I did, dog.
Jude, let's take a walk, because if not, I'm going to cut his head off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't-
Yeah. So I'll
Jack grabs the
doodle-
bell as he walks out.
Yeah, and I'm following Jaw. I'm following Jaw out the door.
Ford was
it's-
just standing
Can't take it.
and
Can't
we
fucking
were-
take it.
Ford was just pounding, just like her beautiful floor. Her beautiful floor.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like just slice marks in the floor because Josh just went.
She'll be talking to you later.
Yeah, there's little chip marks out of the floor where it was like the indent.
So from a block or so up, I would see Jaw and Jude come out of.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because by about this point, it's been about 18 minutes. So yeah, I'd be about a block away.
Yeah, you see them walk out.
Okay.
So for Abigail, Mordecai, and Margaret, I honestly don't know how you get anything done.
What do you mean? You put us in an impossible situation.
I didn't
we
put
got
you in
it
any
done.
situation.
The item is there. We have the item. We got what you wanted. It got done.
I asked you to deliver an item, and you're here as a favor to your sire, and you're giving me nothing but attitude at the moment.
I am not fond of being almost killed, final death, by things that are not even of this world, when that was not what I was expecting at all. I don't think this is what my sire signed on for either.
Your sire also didn't sign on for you learning the things that you're learning.
Okay, fair enough. That is fair. And I'm sorry, Cassius. I'm upset. I'm a little bit hungry. I should have probably eaten before I came. But I'm trying to keep I'm trying to keep calm. So I am sorry that I have been disrespectful.
Excellent. Now we're getting somewhere. Miss Strickland, how do you get anything done?
Perseverance, of course.
Mordecai?
You find a weapon in your hands, you point it in the right direction, and use it to the best of your ability.
Fair enough.
My question to you, then, is that since we are retrieving these items for you, what interest to you are they? What is the grand scheme? What will this one do? Is it also connected to the Tremere Chantry that cannot be breached?
It is not. This is kind of a blood storage device.
How's it work? Ritual blood magic mumbo jumbo?
So, coming back in.
Yeah. Are you going to pass by Ja and Jude at that particular point?
Actually, I'd be walking right past Ja and Jude.
What are Ja and Jude talking about? How much of an ass Cassius is?
Yeah, pretty much. Jude is just really, really fuming. It's all through gritted teeth, like literally just about to explode and trying her best not to like make any kind of scene. But Jude will look at Ja at one point and say, I see why you fucking hate Tremere.
Would you not end up like him?
Is
this Karna person really that different?
Yes. She is. She is nothing like that. She would never send people that were associated with her into that kind of bullshit without having every single piece of knowledge at her fingertips ready to go. She would never do that. And she would never just blanket disrespect.
Situations, but impossible situations without being told that it's going to be that way are complicated, especially when dealing with people you don't know. And I mean that as no disrespect to you. You've shown your value as a warrior, or at least the value of taking a beat and keep moving.
Yeah,
Senor Cato, Senorina Duncan, is the outside with the cool kids having a smoke time?
I just couldn't take the bullshit for 1 second longer, and I had to extricate myself before I did something stupid.
I see. Well, that's interesting.
If that's what you want to call it.
Huh.
I would say that we're doing a better job as working together as a team, Mr. Giovanni. Because we didn't kill anyone.
See, that is. Are we planning? Is there planning going on in there right now? Am I missing out on us planning?
Thank you. Thankfully, you can't read my mind. At least I don't think you can.
Something of the sort.
I would hope there's planning. I mean, that is, I think, our biggest strength or weakness. I'm not sure which yet. Because so far, our plans have been kind of what the children call wonky, but at the same time, we are here and have been successful in angering
not to eat him today.
Many.
And he doesn't.
That is progress.
He doesn't fucking care though. He doesn't fucking care that we were in danger. He doesn't care who we are or where we come from. He just cares that we were the last remaining peons that he could push around on his little game board.
Signorina Duncan, my last name is Giovanni. This is my life.
I guess you know what it's like. Yeah, no.
See, while there is
Yeah.
at least a pretense of familial friendship and connection among the members of my family, no, we wear a happy smile for everyone else, but this is something to which I'm used. So I can understand the frustration. It does take a while to become used to the fact that, one day you too shall have pawns that you can push around the board or utilize in whatever way you would like. And I realize this. Often the younger say, I will never treat my family this way, my ghouls, my fellow kindred. And then 200 years down the road, you find out that that's exactly what you were doing because the situation calls for it. I will give him the benefit of the doubt until the benefit runs out, and then I will take care of things. I will never speak ill of the dead. I mean, our elders.
Old Uncle Augie. What a shame.
You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
You need him. I think that's progress. That's the best you're getting out of me today.
I will accept it. Fully, completely. Anyways, I am going to
Good luck,
get this.
Mr. Giovanni.
I'm going to get this off my hands and find out what it is. Has he told us where we're going next?
Oh, yeah. We're going into Guru territory, and they don't like us very much. Captain Obvious.
Oh,
and
okay. I am going to get
we have
the
to get some
tie.
other shit. We have to
I
get
am
some
going
other
to get
shit.
the tie, and on it, it's just going to say, "This is some bullshit," so I can wave it anytime.
That's cool. That's great.
We're going into Guru territory. Yes, that is humorous. Okay.
Yeah, better just give it to him though. Just move this shit along.
Bien. Back in we go. Where I go. Senor Cassius, this is the thing you're looking for, and yes, I have a special carrier for it that is reminiscent of our visit to the Wraithlands, so that you have a memento that we have brought you. This is not the real one. I would give you the real one, but it might come along in a couple of, I don't know, years or something.
All right.
And just kind of put it down on a countertop near him and go, I have heard we are going after someplace that is Guru territory. You are a funny man, Mr. Cassius. Yes, a very funny man.
That wasn't a joke.
So, how do we not die?
I have items.
I have always wanted to have a chain gun. 6,000 rounds per minute? Are you kidding me? Oh, fantastic. Mwah! A little difficult to cover up the masquerade afterwards, but I'll tell you. And all I need is one for the right hand. I mean, I would like one for each hand, but
He's going to give us items that are wards. Apparently, if we wear them, the Garu can't touch us, because if they touch us, then they... What exactly is the effect of these particular wards, Cassius?
If they aggressively touch you, they will take damage.
So they can give us a hug, but they can't aggressively touch us. Okay, great.
Well, it's more touch in general, but aggressively is generally what they do.
Now, we have met the werewolf types from the Pentex and cut one in half. we have met the werewolf types from across the way in Agamemnon, who I think are a different type. Are the ones that we are going to be dealing with a third different type, or are they related to either of the other two types? Do we know?
That is unknown. Seeing as how Stanley Park is essentially in the center of Vancouver, it could
Or like
be
the end.
could be the Agamemnon. It could be the, I believe they're called Black Spiral Jiggers, whatever it is that they're referred to as.
Bien. Well, we have been learning how to plan. I think we need to plan.
What is your timeline for this, Cassius?
Whenever you can get it to me.
So maybe not tonight. Maybe we actually make a plan and figure out what's going on and then go. Or something.
Bien.
I'm not going anywhere without those wards, though.
Understandable. And he has like a across the shoulder pack, and he kind of pulls that off and he puts it on the table in front of him, and he unzips it, and inside is several kind of large Bowie knives that have like kind of mystical symbols along them.
Senor, is that a nylon bag? You are wearing a nylon bag with that suit?
I'm more concerned that he planned ahead.
Well, I'm not going to send you in unarmed, really.
So these are the
In for a
wards.
penny, in for a pound.
These are the wards.
Pick up a knife.
All right. What about this? And she pulls out the machete that she's been having in her pack for the longest time. Sorry, Mordecai. And shows it to Cassius. What is this? Because
It hurt.
we got this from a
lot.
Garu.
Really?
What do you mean we?
Well, you got hit by it. I retrieved it because you
You
were
retrieved
so
it
scared
out of my
to
room
move.
cage.
Yes. Yes. Finders, keepers, losers,
Wow.
something.
I would have thought possession would have 9 cents of the law, but whatever.
And, well, I'm possessing it, am I not?
True. Put it down on the table,
She puts it down.
because I'm not stupid enough to touch a magical object without finding out what it does first. Well, that particular curse is lifted. He looks it over, like he gets kind of really in close to it. Checks it over. This is what I believe the wolves referred to as a glaive.
A bargaining chip.
Or a clave, I believe.
We have a bargaining chip.
So, what does it do?
It hurts.
I'm assuming you
It hurts
stab
them.
people with it.
It hurts the Garu properly.
It hurts everything properly.
Interesting. All right. And she passes it to Jaw. You can probably do much more with this
Jaw's
than I
outside.
can.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I thought
still
Jaw came back
outside.
in. Oh,
No.
Just me.
only oh,
No.
Just me.
Just Duran.
No.
right.
Yeah,
I have
just
a plan.
around.
Keep a hold of that. I have a plan. Mr.
All right.
Duran, I have a
She
plan.
sticks it back.
I think we're done here.
Let me get Jude and Jaw then. And Abigail walks out.
So, Senor Cassius, all we do is carry these large, sharp objects, and we are protected.
I'm assuming if they start to get aggressive, stabbing them with it also works.
Cool.
I do not do the stab so well. I do the shooty shoot.
Problem is, with lupines, the shooty shoot doesn't work quite so well.
There's an old belief from the home country and having bullets of silver to put down a werewolf. I wonder if that will cost me.
Most likely.
But
Miss Strickland.
I'm willing to take the shot.
Miss Strickland, do you have any silver weaponry here?
I don't know, storyteller, would she?
A few pieces here and there. Nothing like
Okay.
massive or anything. Like you don't have like a silver machete.
I can peruse some of my things. I don't have anything more like short swords or something, but there are some that want, just the steel, just the silver, certain compositions of certain things, so certain energies do not linger in the night. Let me take a look, and I'll bring you the display.
Oh, it's not for me.
Very well. And with that, she'll just go start, she'll find one of those trays that people will use to just gather a bunch of different loose crystals or something to examine, and she'll just fill it with however many daggers essentially she has that would be pure silver blades.
You do remember actually that you got in recently what's you assumed at the time was kind of a gag item that was like a werewolf or a supernatural hunter's kit that has like a Bible and a wooden stake, and it seemed like a gag item, but there were actual two silver bullets in that you remember.
Caliber.
Same caliber.
I like we're all on the same page tonight. What caliber?
So you come back with the tray.
Yeah, and then there'd probably be a little crystal dish that holds the ammunition as well.
These look pretty good. You're gonna need all the help you can get.
Well, I don't doubt it. And she'll pick up the little candy dish with the ammunition, hand it to Duran, and just however many there. Let's see, she'd probably just take one for herself, and then just be like, I suppose you all grab some. Consider it a gift. You've been overdue for getting one from me anyway.
The bullets are 45. So, I will leave you to it, I suppose. To plan however you feel like, and you can go about your business.
The next time we do reach out, just pay more attention. We might need you with the swiftness next time.
Well, now that I know that you're probably not going to end up in another dimension, now that we've discussed the handling of various magical items. And he gets up and leaves. Miss Strickland, Mr. Giovanni,
Senor.
Mordecai, Abigail.
Abigail's outside. She went to go get Jude and Joe.
Okay. Yeah, eventually Cassius walks out.
Did anybody discuss pay?
I didn't hear anything about pay.
I think we should discuss pay before we let this man walk away. I'm just saying, I have needs.
I'm not
A
going
car
to
would be really nice.
Well, why don't you tell him what your price is? Because honestly, I don't even know anymore. He's been so strange since he got back from the abyss. I mean, I'm obviously not going to make excuses for him, but he's just being very, very strange.
Jude, do you have anything you want to maneuver and or bargain?
I'm a roach to this guy. I mean, could I ask him to throw me a couple bucks? I mean, yeah, I guess if that's the only shit I'm gonna get out of this. So yeah, I'll ask him for some too.
So we just accost him.
I literally have no fun. I barely have furniture. I need help.
So you come running up.
I have
to
a
Cassius.
dead person's apartment that I killed.
Right.
Dead
Mine's
criminal's
not too much better. Yeah, mine's not too much better. Yeah, so we'll both go up to him then as he's walking away.
Jude.
Hey, Cassius.
Ja.
We need hazard pay.
Go on.
Well, if we're gonna keep ending up in extremely, like, much more dangerous situations than we necessarily thought we were gonna get into when we started this whole thing, like,
Are you walking
not all
into
of
a
us,
wolf's fucking den?
and now, again doing that. Not all of us are swimming in cash, okay? Like, we have to, like, have places to live and pay the rent and, get a couch, maybe. So
Abigail walks
wood on my
up.
windows. Plywood.
Why is the Chantry not taking care of Jude, Cassius? She shouldn't be living in such a fashion where she doesn't have the things that she needs to do her work.
Oh, she hasn't explained it to you?
No, she hasn't, but you should be treating her just like you would any other kindred in our clan.
So I should be treating her like a member of Clan Garna.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Done.
Okay, so Cassius, just take care of them, please. You've put them through enough. Just please take care of them.
You told me just now to treat her like a member of Clan Karna.
It doesn't.
We're really gonna play these word games. I really don't.
She is
have
a
the
Tremere.
patience.
Cassius, she is a Tremere. Take care of her, please.
Fine. Jude, what do you want?
Storyteller, can I don't really, I'm not sure of a figure here. Can I ask him for, like,
Resources too.
yeah, I don't know, like a dot, like, in resources or something? Like, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, like, it basically, like, over the back and forth, blah, 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 it would get you an extra dot in resources, like something that you'd be able to, like, pay for, like, an apartment, that sort of thing.
Does this mean that she's now a trust fund Tremere?
Yes.
Oh no.
But we still have day jobs.
Yeah,
You
resources
gotta-
one. If you don't have resources one, resources one is living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, basically.
And you're going to take care of Jaw as well. You want to make a newcomer feel welcome to our city.
What do you want,
Come on,
Joe?
Cassius.
Ja is like, leans up real close to Cassius and goes, I want what every Banu wants. Blood.
Mine or someone else's?
You know how to get in touch with the Tremere. You know what they have.
But what do they have left?
You tell me.
I don't know.
You're not very useful. Pay for my apartment. Furnish it. Give me a computer. Secured, of course.
Done.
Television. You know, modern amenities. I need a bookcase, full of interesting tomes. I get bored sometimes.
All right. Done.
the price goes up on the next deal. Slaps him
Understandable.
on the shoulder. Have a nice night.
Abigail?
I don't want anything. I just want this to be
Oh,
over.
I wasn't
want-
asking.
Oh, all right.
We're going to talk about your attitude later.
Absolutely. I agree. We are going to talk about my attitude later. Let me help this group take care of this situation for you, and then we can talk later.
And he walks off.
I'm flipping him off as he leaves.
It is like simultaneously, Jude and Jar are just like. This is our bonding moment.
Yay!
Somehow an extra arm comes out of Margaret and just like, it's like, where did that come from? What the?
So it
Oh
just
my
creeps
God.
up outside the window.
The skeleton just forms out of the hand. Just
Awesome.
All right, so are we fast forwarding to the next evening, or are we doing some planning in Xenoschism?
Oh no, there is no fast forwarding, please.
All right,
yeah, we're
we
walking
need
in
to,
after
we need to
this.
talk about this. Yeah, we
Yeah,
need to talk
yeah.
about this. Yeah, so Jude will come back in.
So what? I was off getting and I take it he took the key with him.
he took the key with him. Yes.
Good. So I was off getting what are we going after?
Apparently there's some
some
sort of a
kind of
pipe
blood
thing.
storage device.
Okay. What does it look like? How big is it? Does it fit in a pocket? Do we need a knapsack?
It's long, some kind of tube, metallic, shaped like a multi-sided ahedron thing.
Well, he said, but it has 6 sides. How can you he confuses me.
So, he said it was metal,
Yep.
Yes.
Make unknown.
no kind of metal. So it could be heavy as shit, or it could be fairly easy to carry.
Something like this made of gold or lead is going to be, difficult to carry. Made of aluminum, hollow, slide it in a pocket. Sticks out, big deal.
Apparently some kind of blood storage device.
Now, where is it?
It is
Stanley Park.
in the
Talk
in
about
the
the
tea
game.
house.
In the tea house in Stanley Park. He did not say where in the tea house in Stanley Park. So we are going to tumble an entire tea house.
What is the tea house? Please explain. I'm not familiar to this.
A tea house is a specific drinking establishment which one goes to enjoy tea. Very big
Yes.
among people from the East. I would expect it to be of a reasonable size.
I have spent some time in the Middle East. I understand the idea of a tea house. However, I heard Garu put together with tea house, and that did not actually add up in my mind.
You know that
Who
many
controls
countries,
Stanley Park?
that child.
They control the park.
Sorry, Miss Strickland, what were you saying?
Oh, just saying that there are many places that enjoy the tea. I've seen many Chinese ceremonies, but there's the British, there's the French. Really, it can be anything.
So somewhere in this tea house, in the basement perhaps, or the kitchen, in a cupboard, or in the rafters, there is this item.
Yep.
Is this a establishment that is open? Like,
Not when we're awake, I would expect.
we still have to walk literally through the wolf's den. Wonderful.
Well,
And there's for
Actu-
sure going to be resistance, I'm assuming.
Diplomacy may do us a favor.
Do Mr.
You have
Giovanni, do
an
you,
ally
do
on
you-
the inside.
See, Mr. Johnson is a wonderful man to know.
Yes, that's what I was getting around to.
We have an
Do we have a
item.
way to contact him?
See,
Yes,
we do.
Abigail
Oh
can
yeah,
contact
he
him whenever
poops
needs.
his way through phones.
That's it.
Good God.
We'll let you know when
almost
it's happening.
forgot
so you
about
can look
that.
away.
See,
And Abigail has been
Abigail,
carrying
his card.
one of their relic items of some value that I am sure they would appreciate the return of. Or
This keeps getting better and better.
we have an item they would want. We have an ally that can talk to them.
And we have, these knives that are apparently supposed to ward us against them. So
This one's going to be easy.
don't say
Don't
that.
say that. Don't say that.
Knock on all the wood.
Mr.
Knock on all the wood.
Okay.
Dinner's on you. Dinner's on you
Mr.
for that
Mordecai,
one.
how long has it been since you've been in Stanley Park? How long has it been since you've looked at a map and seen Stanley Park?
It's green. I tend to stay away from it.
It's very, very big. The tea house is on the south side of the park. You have to drive around to get to it, and you've basically got ocean on one side of you, to the south of you, and then a big, massive forest on the other side of you. So, yes, there's room to get in trouble. It might not be that easy.
We might not even have to go in.
We might not have to go into the tea house.
Could
Please
Johnson
explain.
not go in for us?
I am not sure that I would trust Senor Johnson or any other of the shape-changing sort.
He wants his fancy knife
To-
back. He does.
But
We send somebody in with him to like make sure everything's.
fancy knife, is it worth what we are asking for? Suddenly there are extra. Oh, we have your thing.
Negotiations.
See,
Now, color me. I don't know. I don't know a lot about werewolves, but I don't. I mean, do they drink blood? Is this a thing for them? Would they have a need of some kind of device with which to store blood?
No, but if they believe that it could hurt us, they'd either take it or destroy it.
Exactly.
Because they really like destroying us. It's like happy, happy fun times.
I don't know when I think of that one, it was having a fun time.
It made me feel kind of weird, not gonna lie.
see. At
I
home,
mean, we're
at
just
home in
like
the old-
evil incarnate to them.
We
Essentially,
might not want to talk about that.
See, at home in the old country, the Monaro, which is what we call them there are myths and legends of various sorts. I do not have a lot of experience with them. I do have experience with business people. And if a business person goes to a space for you and picks up an item for you, then he gets to determine how much that item is worth. And suddenly maybe the item Senor Cassius wants is worth that sword, that machete, plus who knows what else.
we already knew though that it's gonna be some kind of like trade-off with this guy, right?
See, but I would rather bargain with him for passage in and passage out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah.
And then I am going to bet, much like the Lupines and the Monaros, they have a sense of smell that is incredible and will smell these warded items on us. This will probably annoy a few of them. However, we just present it as we want to feel the safest as possible. They want to feel safe. They can wear warded things too. And everybody is happy. There is no need to pull weapons. I will keep my firearm here.
I assume that the silvered weapons also will piss them off. Probably want to keep those out of sight.
I am betting they can smell it. Much as we are able to detect things in certain ways, I am sure they are able to as well. And I am going to assume we're going to go in pissing them off. This way we go in placating them and making them happy. If they don't smell it, all we're doing is heaping honey upon the honey rather than pouring honey on vinegar.
I have a question. What do they like?
Not
What
really
do
something I've
Garu like?
explored. Mostly I've just cut them apart. Honestly,
I'm just wondering if we're trying to go in here, diplomacy, as you said, you bring them something they like, or you give them something they want, or I don't know.
I was just
we
flexing
have
the sword
the
around.
machete.
This is my diplomacy. This is all I know.
I do not know. They
Listen,
like
I'm
they
with
like
you,
the
John,
nature.
but
They like the
Yeah, so
nature.
what?
Perhaps a fruit basket.
If anyone wants to do an intelligence and occult roll,
We
I
can see
would.
what are we talking?
Maybe a tiny muffin basket. Everybody likes the tiny muffins.
Miss Strickland, you would probably know. I mean, in this occult shop, I'm sure you've come across many in pieces of information with regards to the Garu, have you not?
So then let me just take a moment.
And
Question: would I be able to use her metaphysics specialty for this occult roll?
yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to roll because I'm having way too much fun not knowing anything really good about this.
I have 4.
All of a sudden, somebody shows up to the tea house in Stanley Park with an edible arrangement that says, "Hey, Magni, sorry about your hand."
Oh shit!
So, Margaret, how did that roll go?
Right.
3 successes. Jude, 4 successes. They very much like the wilderness, and they like to protect the wilderness. Some might even call it a religious zeal to protect the wilderness.
What if we
So-
went online and you get them one of those things that it like buys them a
Just
small
a kid,
patch of
like,
land
make
in
them like a
Scotland that
lady?
makes them a yeah that makes them a lord or lady, and then that's like their own land that they can have. Like that's cool, right?
See,
Do you have anything like that?
This
here?
seems way more difficult than the easy way of just like fucking up a
No,
lumberjack.
It's like becoming
bringing
a
a
minister
lumberjack to
online.
We could
It's
plant
like
a few
becoming
trees.
a minister online. You just go like to make me a minister.biz, and then you like fill in your name, and then you can officiate a wedding. I think it's the same thing with becoming a lord or a lady.
the Alexandria
Whatever.
building.
It's just an idea.
The Alexandria building is right across from the Agamemnon building. And the Senor Johnson is Agamemnon. He does not like the Pentex. He wanted files from them. He does not like that building. We have already gone in there and fucked their shit up, as the kids say, once. We could go in there and fuck some more shit up. We do that very well with very little planning.
Why? What? Mr. Giovanni, what are you talking about? Do you want to go in there back into those buildings?
There is
Okay.
there
I
is
do
no
All
agree with
things
that.
considered, that was fairly easy.
there is no reason potentially, not there is no key there this time to take us to the Wraithlands.
That we know of.
For what purpose, though?
Oh,
Why
again,
don't we ask him?
we mess up Pentex. Mr. Johnson does not seem to like Pentex. Messing up Pentex wouldn't make him happy. But we should contact him and say, here is what we have been tasked with doing. What kind of a deal can we be making? That
I
what
like
would
Abby's
you
idea.
like?
We should get some scouts to plant some trees.
I'm pretty sure planting a couple of trees is not really going to appease them, but it might make some hippies pretty happy.
Can't know without asking.
Okay, well, okay, so then
I just want to destroy the things that cut down the trees, and then we win. Like, it's easier to destroy than build.
facts.
Nothing's cutting down anything in Stanley Park.
I want
Yeah,
an outline.
not Stanley Park, but maybe we can do some
Take a
city
road trip.
planning.
To Vancouver Island?
No, more like a road trip to City Hall and see what they have planned on what they want to tear down next to build up their next big condominium site.
I'm pretty sure.
Nature.
Tearing down other.
All right. Over to
I
Mount
s-
Pleasant then.
I say that we give Mr. Johnson a call and see if he is receiving guests this evening and is up for a business meeting.
We go to
Mr.
him, that way
Mordecai,
he doesn't have
here's
to
your
poop out
card.
of a phone.
I would say, what is his method of travel? Does it work backwards? Do we have to go through the phones to
okay.
him?
Oh, please no.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
He
I
did say
don't want to
that.
be digitized. That looks like something off of a cartoon/horror movie. It's not good.
This is so. Well, we can call him. We can meet him at Agamemnon in a boardroom. He can come here.
Diplomats, go
Whatever.
forth.
Whatever.
Let's not mention the blade
Yes.
that Marcus
No.
identified. Let's use that as a bargaining chip later.
Yes.
If we're going
I
to
agree.
pentexing our way through
This is wonderful.
Johnson's.
Here we are
good
planning.
books.
We do it well when we actually take the time to do
This
it.
is a pre-plan. We're not planning yet.
I-
We haven't decided what we're doing.
See,
But that's good.
Hey,
That's
have-
good. You need
The
to set
idea
your
of a
plan to fuck
steps.
this up.
plan sounds great, but execution, we'll see how that works.
Or we rely on you for execution.
Senor,
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Ah.
Ciao, winks.
Senor Abigail, you have Senor Johnson's card.
Yes, here you go.
Oh, grazie. Okay, use the shop phone and dial the number.
The shop phone.
It's the ornate Victorian style, like. So you, you
Dial the number.
it's a rotary. That's not,
Oh,
Does,
God.
does it actually have his name on the card?
It does not.
Just a number. Okay, that's good.
It takes a few rings.
Didn't have any wire phone lines because there was this whole thing with Amber's phone. She's modern a little bit.
It takes a few rings, but eventually you hear, hello?
Ciao. I am looking for Senor Johnson. It is Senor Giovanni calling.
Johnson.
Tall man. Very distinguished look. Wears an excellent, very expensive suit. Gave me this card.
Oh, you're the vampires. Right, got it.
Jesus Christ.
Not supposed to say that on the fucking phone.
Nobody knows the Masquerade anymore. Santa Maria.
Jesus. Even I know that.
See,
Right,
See.
right. Yeah. What do you want?
well, we were looking to see if we could arrange a little conference time with Senor Johnson. We have a task we have been given, which his assistants would make much easier, and we are in a position to perhaps exchange favors.
Go on.
Well, I will go on with Senor Johnson.
Yeah, this is Senor Johnson.
Oh, you sound a little different on the phone. I hope you do not have a cold. I know that your sort get that kind of thing from time to time. A little something in the throat. Fantastico. We have been tasked with going into a place called the Tea House of Stanley Park. An item
Yeah,
was...
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Well, no, we do not want to, but you know how it is when the orders come from above, you find a way. Somebody left something there and we need to retrieve it. So we are calling to see if there is a way that perhaps you could assist us in smoothing our entry, a quick stroll in, pick up the item from the tea house, stroll out, no one is disturbed. We promise not to step on a worm or overturn a leaf.
Okay.
You want us
yeah.
to step on the worm, though.
So I'm gonna have to make this kind of a face-to-face conversation.
That's what I was thinking. Now we can come to you.
Uh-oh.
It's not a long drive to the Agamemnon building. If you have a conference room where we can sit and chat, or you can do the thing through the phone again. However, there are some of my friends who would, of course. I don't know why they find it so strange and unsettling, considering
Yeah, I can go
what
through
they
the
have
phone.
done. See, okay.
Abigail turns to Jude.
I am to aim it
He
at the
called
floor.
us friends.
I'm to aim it at the floor. See,
No,
Can't
just aim
trust
it
that
away
guy.
from your head.
see. Okay, here's me aiming it.
And kind of a digitization
Soon as Josh
thing.
sees this, it's like, oh God. Just
Comes
turns
through the
around.
phone.
Just like, I don't even want to see it. Don't want to look at this. Nope.
I must learn this trick. This is.
Is he done? Is he done?
Yeah, I'm done.
See,
Oh,
it looks
Jesus.
like all of me's here.
Does he look
man.
the same?
I'm gonna have to talk to the city and get those cords kind of reinforced and made bigger. It's kind of a pain
Does he
in
look the same
ass.
as he did last time?
Kind of, yeah. But this time he's wearing kind of a like his
Oh, okay,
suit
so
is kind
doesn't,
of
like,
like one of the short
lose
sleeve.
pixels?
His suit is kind of one of the short sleeve ones from like kind of a Miami Vice looking thing, like Don Johnson esque.
The rolled up sleeves.
Oh yeah.
That is a bold sartorial statement.
So
So Giamatti's cringing.
you want to go into Stanley Park?
See,
Yeah.
Want to is definitely no. Absolutely not. No.
Have to.
need to.
Yeah. You see, there might be a problem.
Oh, no.
No.
There will be a problem. We just need to sort it out.
This is a big problem. Like,
What's his name?
his name is Magni.
Who is
Okay.
Magni?
Magni.
Is that a character from World of Warcraft? I've played that game once.
That is not a character from whatever game you're playing. Magni Uthar Thorson. He is a very large, very
Bunch of
intimidating
Warcraft names.
individual.
I'm not intimidated easily, but I would prefer to not, deal with this Magni.
And is he?
I don't
the
want to
one
deal with
who-
this Magni.
He's the one who has control of Stanley Park.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can bribe him with? What does this Senor Thorson want? Besides our heads on a stick, which is a given.
See, there's kind of a problem with that. Ordinarily, I'd be like, well, you might be able to, convince him if you're gonna, I don't know, take out a subsidiary of Pentex or something, but something happened recently, and it's made the very large, very angry, very intimidating man even more angry and intimidating, and he is very, very not open to having guests at the moment.
So might we ask what it is, what happened recently, and who is responsible?
Is it possible for us to smooth this over?
Not unless you can give him another hand.
Nope.
I mean, I
Um,
might be able to arrange that, depending on,
I can cut off the other hand and make him even.
I think that would make him more angry. Possibly.
Just an option. Throwing it out there.
I mean,
So,
it's an
who-
idea.
Who took his hand?
It was kind of a self-inflicted wound.
And that made him angry?
Yeah.
That's some
Why?
biblical shit. I don't like it.
Why did he take his hand?
Yes.
All right. How can I explain this to a bunch of licks? Do you have any places of power?
Sure.
Okay, sure.
See,
There's well, it's kind of like the old ley line thing,
Okay.
and when the
okay.
ley lines intersect, there's kind of a place of power.
Yes.
So there's one of those that's in Stanley Park that's very, very powerful.
Naturally.
It was under attack. I'm guessing none of you have heard of a Thunderworm.
Have we, storyteller?
I don't know, have you? Intelligence in occult.
I would say this is a roll.
Like a bad guy specialty.
Yes, this is very metaphysical.
I just have to ask every time because it's one of those specialties that a lot of storytellers be like, "That's too much of an umbrella. You can't have it."
It's pretty much like rolling an occult roll, really. You just get an extra dice.
Extra die. Yeah.
3 successes.
I mean, well, to be honest, like, I think Mordecai's is like bare knuckle boxing, so it's like he only ever punches. That's a huge umbrella.
That is 3 successes.
You have
Is that
not.
Thunderworm? I think I watched that movie Saturday night.
Now, there is the one with
No,
the
that's
guys and the
Thunderdome,
guns.
darling.
Or there is the one where you have to walk carefully on the sand so you
2
do not
successes.
attract the Thunderworm.
The spice must flow.
No, that's
That's
Dune,
Dune.
darling.
I do know that one.
An excellent
I-
series of books.
Okay, I don't
I
know.
agree.
I don't know that what a thunderworm is, but like, can I extrapolate from like knowing about what the worm is, or
In theory, maybe?
Pretty sure we are the worm.
Yeah.
I know that, but I was trying to see if it was something else related to that.
Ooh,
Force.
Thunder Kindred!
No.
Yikes.
No, that's Thundercats, darling.
Damn it.
Oh.
Oh,
All right, what's a thunderworm?
Lucas, his ears are like literally starting to bleed at this point because it's just like there's so much
bad.
cringe in the jokes. He's like, yeah, a thunderworm is a large worm, basically. They're very, very incredibly hard to kill.
Like a worm, like a slithery, wormy thing.
Yes.
And then summon thunder in the night.
Damn,
But
ew.
when
Does
did-
it have stripes?
Sorry, what is your name again? Margaret something?
Margaret Strickland.
Sure. What you were saying?
It's called a thunderworm. Does it have howls of the storm or something? I mean, if it's hard to kill, that's one thing, but if it makes storms,
it's-
why is it fucking called a thunderworm?
It's gigantic.
And that's there. Is it there at Stanley Park?
It was there at Stanley Park. In fact, there were 5 of them there at Stanley Park.
one of them
Yeah.
ate this Magni's hand, right?
In a manner of speaking, maybe.
Okay, how large is gigantic?
Well, the largest one that has been recorded was about 10 stories long.
So there's
So there's
fucking
5 of these
kaiju living under Stanley Park.
Technically, there's kaiju living in the world, but for the most part, they come from. It's a long explanation.
Are they still there?
See.
They're very dead.
Oh, good. Well, that's fine.
Great.
Danny.
But that was the origin of the attack on Magni and how he lost his hand. But how does that translate into a self-inflicted wound?
His particular tribe has a ritual. From what I understand, some of your kind have kind of similar rituals where you do something to yourself and then you get extra power.
Maggie does that all the time.
Sure.
It's kind of along those lines, only in order to summon a spiritual protector that is immensely powerful, he had to kind of sacrifice his own hand in order to do it.
Okay, but I mean,
I think I
mission
saw this in a
accomplished because the
cartoon.
worms are dead.
The worms are very dead.
Equivalent
Okay, so-
exchange.
He's just still mad.
So, just to get this in line, 5 massive apartment-sized worms, and he sacrificed a hand, and he killed them.
Oh, there was more than
What-
just that.
What? That's but that's the basics.
That's the
what has
basics.
that got to do with us? Why would he be angry with us? We did not summon the worms.
Oh, it's oh, don't mistake my words. He's not just angry with you. He's angry with
He's
everyone.
Angry man.
He's
That makes sense.
Maybe I should go in there. I can fucking relate to that.
he wasn't happy before this happened. Now he's less happy with everyone.
Angrier.
Okay, well, what do you advise then that we do in this situation? Because it's not like we can just decide not
Please
to go
don't
there and not
advise.
to do it.
Yes, don't advise that. That's not really an option.
I would advise
So
that you do what I do,
See?
which is stay the fuck out of Stanley Park.
oh my fucking god,
Okay.
did I not just say that?
So that
You can
option
say
is
whatever
not
you
I
open.
want.
swear to God, when I talk,
I'm not
these
going
people
in there.
don't fucking listen. It just goes
That-
like this.
We don't want to go into Stanley Park either, Jude.
We have
None
to.
of us want to
So-
go in.
So not going in is not an option, unfortunately. So we are trying to find a way to go in politely and diplomatically, obtain our item and leave. We don't want to go in with the choppers playing Ride of the Valkyries and chain guns ripping up the grass and
Yeah.
chasing the flora and fauna and watching shrubs shiver in fear. But if we have to go in that way, we are prepared to go in that way. We would just prefer to go in with a hearty handshake and a stroll and a hi to your mother. Have a wonderful day.
I mean, I can see what I can arrange.
It'd be wonderful. That's all we're asking.
Exactly.
Open the door, and then we will make fools of ourselves, at which we do very wonderfully, and he will laugh and wonder how we could ever be a threat, and then we will offer him a cake or a pie. Everyone likes pie, and then everything will be good, and this Senor Thorson will laugh, ha ha ha, and we will get our thing and come out. That is my dream. Help, Mr. Senor Johnson, help me make my dream a reality. I will provide the pie.
Well, the him laughing part that would be quite the accomplishment.
He'll either laugh or he'll go, "What the fuck is this?" I'm betting 6-1 half the nail.
I've never seen the man laugh.
Okay, we listen. It has been duly noted that you think this is a bad idea and that we should stay away. That's great. You're
We
gonna
think
see
it's a
what
bad
you can
idea.
arrange. Right, we're on the same page there. So you just figure out how you can perhaps assist us in this matter, knowing that we understand that it's not a good idea.
And it does not
Okay.
have to be done tonight or tomorrow. 2-3 days. Give us a little time to enjoy ourselves. We all have hobbies and things that we do. We've been rushing around madly like chickens with their feet cut off for a while, and so yeah, having a little relaxation would be a wonderful thing. So there is no rush. You don't have to tell Senor Thorson they need to see you now. You can say, so what is a good time for you?
I think the question is, what does Mr. Thorson want?
We can ask Mr. Thorson. If Mr. Johnson will open the door, we can ask Mr. Thorson.
I suspect Mr. Johnson will want something as well.
Indeed.
It's the 21st century. Can't
Every-
we get him a robot hand? No?
No,
Alright, fine.
no, yeah, that wouldn't work. I mean, and he lifts up his left hand, and underneath it, it's kind of like, it's got kind of a silverish sheen to it. Yeah, he wouldn't go for upgrades.
See, now that is better than the other stuff that we ran into the other night. That is workmanship. That is classic.
What did you run into the other night?
It's not important.
Not important.
Okay, what do you want then?
What do I want?
Yeah, in
Uh,
exchange for
I'd
trying
have
to see what you can do.
I'd have to think on it a bit, but, if I could call upon you to, help us infiltrate or destroy something of Pentex.
Gladly.
See,
Most definitely.
As a storyteller note, I just love how everybody's like, yeah, fuck it, no problem. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
see,
Yeah.
we are good at breaking things.
I hate those motherfuckers, I must say.
Fair enough. Yeah, this is gonna be tough.
Yeah, you telling me?
I think I know how I can do it though, but it's gonna take a couple of days.
Fantastical.
No rush to go in here at all. So do what you gotta do, buddy.
All right. What was your name again? And he's pointing at Duran.
Duran Giovanni.
Right. Hold the phone for me, would you? And he digitizes himself. He actually waited until Jaw started looking at him, and then he digitizes himself in the phone.
That guy so much.
He's better than Cassius, though.
What
Well,
kind of
yes,
bar
at
is
the
that?
moment.
Like,
Low bar.
Abigail's actually going to send a text message to Charlotte.
Go
Abigail's
on.
text message is going to read heart emoji, helicopter emoji, calendar emoji, question mark.
Okay. You realize that I'm going to have you on hand when I record the other show on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because there's going to be some text going back and forth on this one. So what is everyone doing for the rest of the evening now that the plan has been put in place?
Well, I have to go see about making at least a clip of silver bullets, which will take a little bit of finagling on the undermarket.
Mordecai?
I don't know, actually. This has gone in a different direction. Because we have no current direction with regards to what we could even do against Pentex. We don't know what we would be looking for in there. Otherwise, we just sort of smash and grab a random filing cabinet and then bring it to him or something. I don't know. So there's no lead there. We can't go into Stanley Park. We have no means of infiltrating anything. We're literally waiting for someone to come to us and say, hey.
If I might suggest,
I honestly think it might sweeten the deal.
those
Sorry,
with
go ahead.
those with information on people, for example, Mordecai and his club, Abigail and the computers, looking up Wesley Vasco and Rylan Allen, because the technocracy is going to come after our butts, and I would like us to have some ammunition and know what we're dealing with. I think during the couple of days in between, we can make sure that our butts are covered. I will talk with Home about the whole ashtray boy and see
what's
what
funny
can be done.
is the exact idea Duran had was the same one Ja had. However, Ja would be looking to do this through the networks of Nosferatu. Finding out more about these people through Nosferatu and willing to trade a little bit of information.
Would Ja... Sorry,
please.
would Ja have voiced this particular?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
All right, then. Never mind.
Absolutely not. Because the information that Ja is talking about trading may not go over all that well with the Coterie. I'm just saying.
Fair.
Fair
But
enough.
did Ja mention Nos at all or anything like that?
Ja would have said, like, do you know where to find Nas around here?
And Abigail would have said, I can hook you up with their primogen. And I think
Perfect.
Jude knows their primogen too.
Yeah,
So
great
we can
memes.
hook you up.
Margaret, what are you doing for the rest of the evening?
So she'd probably be doing like her own research on Pentax recollection from her memory. She'd also be reaching out to a special someone to create an artisan piece for her with two of those woofer things. It'll be a few nights before she actually did it because, you know, you can't rush art. But she'll start to get in touch with that artisan and explain her vision for what she wants.
Okay. Ja? Going to the NAS?
Yep,
All right.
100%.
And Abigail?
Abigail would be going home. She'd be looking up all the information. She'd be, she had a task to deal with making sure that Jude's identity was not found out. So she would be dealing with that. She probably would have already started a few nights ago, but she is continuing with that to make sure that Jude cannot be tracked by the SI. And yeah, waiting for a message back from Cassandra, or not Cassandra, from Charlotte, to see if Charlotte's willing to lend her a helicopter, just in case the whole plan goes to crap and we need to helicopter in.
Funny you should mention
the helicopter.
Funny you should mention Charlotte. We're about to raid into them in just a few minutes. But if there is no other business for anybody to do, we can wrap this particular session up as everyone goes back to their own havens and prepares to hear back from Mr. Johnson. So that is a close for this one, and we're gonna go in reverse order. So I'm gonna get Astrid, catch her flat-footed again, and it's this way. So let's do quick outros, and Astrid.
Yes, hi, Astridine, divider _ Astrid, Twitter. I do the thing that Margaret does, just on a smaller scale. Compared to every other person here who's lovely, this is the only thing I do. Kind of the nobody, but it's great. I'm not really actually a nobody, but I'm very honored to be part of this, and I can't wait to see where else this little Twitch experience takes me. So thank you all.
And Prince.
Hello, everybody. Make sure my mic's on. I am Prince, aka Doubles and Dice. I can be found on twitch.tv/Doubles and Dice on most nights, but tonight, as many Saturday nights, you'll find me over at Rolling These 20s as a storyteller for Philadelphia by Night. We're going to have a great time bringing back in our locked up Baron, who is under the oversight of Alan Slobber. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And then a bunch of other stuff. Follow me on Twitter. It's too many things to list. I'm everywhere. I'm where you want to be. Come find me.
And Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna. I was playing Abigail this evening, and you will find me at Hyrule Gardener on Twitter. Other than that, this is pretty much the only thing I do in terms of Twitch, other than, the occasional one-off. Speaking of which, go to our Patreon, which we will be posted in the chat, because we did a big, beautiful Ventrue meeting with big, beautiful EOs, and you will want to see it. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of sass on that one. But not as much sass as we're planning for the Toreador meeting, which will be coming up soon in our Patreon. So, let's go down to this row, and let's go with Cliff.
Hi, everybody. Thanks very much for tuning in. My name is Cliff. You can find me on the Insta under the Vintage Self. You can find me here again next week, because all of these beautiful people have survived yet again. We're learning, we're planning, we're going to do something, and I know, Steve, it will go horribly, horribly wrong, but in such an entertaining manner. And yeah, so we'll see you next week and see what comes of it.
It was either Aristotle or Mike Tyson who said, everyone's got a plan until they get hit.
It's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Yep.
Yep.
And Mike.
Hey, I'm Mike. I played Mordecai, the Coterie's resident charisma hammer. You can catch my pre and hopefully post-COVID adventures in cosplay at Canadian Captain America on Instagram or CDN Captain America on Twitter. I play here Saturdays, and I DM a group of would-be heroes in D&D 5e on Tuesday nights here on this very channel. And we have a plan upcoming to start mid-June to have a game on Sundays where I will be playing.
And last but certainly not least, our Brawlin' Tremere, Sarah.
Hi, my name's Sara. I play Jude. You can find me at MC Diabetes on Twitter. I am the storyteller for London's Bleeding, which is a show on the Martlake Games channel. Wednesdays, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. We're really ramping up now. The third episode just broke off, and the ending of that is quite something. So you would have enjoyed that, and we'll be doing episode 4 next week. We got the Sabat doubleheader that we're loading up right now, which is going to be absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, just follow my Twitter. That's where I have all my projects, and I want to retweet the stuff that you do. So hit me up.
From what I understand, Lillian is the nicest Ventrue. That's the rumor that I've heard.
Say that.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you want to see me as a ghoul, you should check out the Patreon. I'm Candy, the ghoul for the Venture meeting. So just go ahead and check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, we had a ghoul taking care of the tech on the Venture meeting, and it is every bit as much of a train wreck that you possibly think it is. She may or may not have gotten eaten at the end of that because she messed up somebody's name, but you know, it happens. So I am Storyteller Steve. You will see me once again in just a couple minutes as we go over there and raid the level up dice page, which we will have Vancouver adjacent by night. We have returning for episode 8, and then after that, 3 hours after that starts, we're going to go over to Philly by night with Rolling D's 20s as part of the Saturday Takeover, which we are talking to a bunch of other people to see if we can raid into us from that and then out from everywhere else. Just keep the love going. I actually ran across a game recently that it was like at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and it was like a New Zealand game, and I'm like, all right, let's go over there. Throw them a host. Yeah, so check all of that stuff out. I'm in Would Be Heroes as Malik, the Dragonborn Barbarian, who is the last name Graybeard because he actually has a gray beard. His mom made it for him so the other kids wouldn't bully him. And I will not be participating in the Sunday game. I'm just going to be a viewer on that one. So yeah, check us out. We are going to be leaving in just a few seconds to go over to Adjacent. I will see you then, and have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
And thank you for watching.